What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Shook Earth Media, and today, this is my feeling on screen. You see how Yaskier is feeling. This is how I'm feeling about watching this show, The Witcher Blood Origin. I couldn't even finish this episode yesterday or Christmas. It was on Christmas. Couldn't finish the episode, but a lot of people watch the video, so I have to torture myself and watch more of the show. So we're gonna do the rest of episode 1 and episode 2. I haven't watched episode 2 yet, so, I obviously if I ask questions that are answered immediately in the next episode, don't get mad at me. But in my last video, the truth is, I didn't even touch the surface of the stupidity in the show. I really didn't, and I was watching other videos of other people really delving down into it. I was avoiding it because I didn't want to make that video anymore. But here we are. Okay, so the first line of dialogue in the show, it's highbrow entertainment, everybody. It's so intellectual. It's gonna change the world. I mean, just clearly, all of the decisions of the show, it's just about enriching the lives of the viewer. Don't you guys feel enlightened by this and inspired? Anyways, getting past that, there's more stupid things we could point out, but I don't want to waste our time with that. But I did kind of gloss over what happened with the princess, and since it goes on later, I'm going to address this scene at least. So she saves herself from an assassin. She never had any training in killing anybody, and yet the princess saves herself. And the bodyguard was elsewhere for some reason, and I'm not going to watch it again to explain it better than that. But that was before the porn parody scene we talked about in the previous video. Okay, so I might need to move my face for this one, but you see the candle that she's holding right here. That is not a candle. It's an LED light, and you can clearly see it. And I thought that was funny. And it becomes even more obvious when it's shining on the wall. Of course it is an LED light, but I just thought that was funny, and I wanted to point out in a video because I forgot in the last one. But now moving on, so we had the stupid fight scene where the guy he throws an axe at somebody, and then I think the axe hits him early, or he falls before. I guess that's nitpicking, but come on, man. But I don't even know why he's killing this guy. Like, what's the purpose? I don't know. He killed all the rest of them, I guess. Revenge for her sister. I don't know why they're buddy all of a sudden. I thought you killed her cousin or something, and they're at war with each other. I don't know what were the changes. And the princess is a genius. She put the thing back together. She's amazing. And then she sees a star. Who cares? Okay, and then we get the big treaty scene where it's like, hey, we've been at war for 1,000 years. You want to maybe stop doing that? And yeah, let's all do that. Let's get together. Let's stop doing it. And that's all the complexity we get. So all of the sides come together. I can't tell, anybody apart. I didn't know who's with what faction or, anything. I don't know. I know who this brother character is, and that's about it. But, of course, it gets sabotaged by the princess, who's a ruthless killer now, and now there's a magic beast, even though I thought the show was before the conjunction, so there wouldn't be any magic, and then people just you get vaporized, dude, and it's just, so amusing to me. I know how easy that is to film, because they just, keep the camera on a tripod, and then they have the person there, and then they have them react to getting vaporized. Ah! And then they just have them stand over there, and then they film the empty frame for a bit, and then that's all that you do, and then you add the little explode. I've done that effect in a couple short films, So yeah, it's very silly, and that's when she is the new queen, empress. I don't know, who cares? And then we get a ship. I don't remember what's going on with the ship, and then she's really evil, I guess. But the monologue is like, she's the hero, freed everybody. Freed everybody? You killed everybody. She apparently wiped out all the armies. Who's there to free if you killed everybody? Freed from whom? Or all the people in charge are dead, so it's not freed if they are all just subject to you now. I don't I don't understand the logic here. And then this elf guy's like, "Hey, isn't it kind of weird that we killed everybody and now everybody's loyal to us?" And then it's like, yeah, it's kind of weird, and they just have to point out how bad their own writing is to give it some sort of false validity. It's like, hey, at least we admitted that it was bad. At least we admitted it was stupid. Okay, now we got the nice visuals. Maybe they got it off of some stock video site. They put some CGI town or city over there. There you go. And establishing shots never that great in the show, and then everything in the show is extremely contrived, so the guards show up to look for them exactly at the right moment. And also there's a guy there who's like, hey, I'm gonna openly disobey the people in charge, even though they're the ones with the authority in the situation. So and then he bashes his face into the table. The camera does a really cheap like shake effect, very very goofy. And now all of a sudden they're together. They're arguing about the princess who's his former lover, and now wait, he wants to kill her. I'm very confused. Who he wants to kill her because she killed the people he cares about. I don't know who's connected to what. I don't really care. So I thought he was kicked out of his. He's going to. Okay, I don't understand what's happening, but it doesn't matter. And now the prisoners of war are lifting up the monolith thing. So even though I already said I thought the conjunction happen already, I don't understand. It looks dumb, and yeah, that's about it. And then we get they cut each other's wrists, and then they share blood, and now they have a blood bond. I don't know. I hate that scene in movies, man. So very silly. It looks like a cheap knockoff of King's Landing. You know what I mean? And now she's like, we're gonna conquer everything, and we're gonna save everybody because we're so smart and great, and everything's amazing. Obvious reference to, colonialism and stuff like that. And, it's all very surface level writing. And then we get this guy in the prison cell with the wife beater on that they got, from the Goodwill or something. He's in a cell. He's doing math equations thousands of years ago, and math equations. And I don't know, man. It looks straight out of another movie. I mean, the cell set is kind of cool. But all the like doodles and shit, it just looks goofy, man. It really looks goofy. And he gets some sort of magical tablet thing. I guess he's the one who figures out where the basilisks are. And then we get a cool, or I said basilisk, wow, monoliths are. Here we get a cool little wide shot of some, stunt double extras, body doubles on horses in a location. And then we get, them walking the horses for the close-ups, and then they're talking about their clans and shit that, I don't have any context for it, give a shit about. And then we meet some old people, somewhere got wiped out. They know her song, and her song is so powerful. How powerful how could one song have so much power? Yeah, no, she's the most amazing, bestest ever. And then he's really stupid, and she has to tell him to step around obstacles in the ground, and then he walking backwards, and she's like, ha 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 ha, you fell over, ha 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 ha, aren't I just the bestest ever? Yeah, pretty much. She's just amazing at everything. And then Michelle Yeoh shows up, and I don't know, it looks kind of silly to me. I don't know, I could go either way with it. Part of it looks cool, part of it looks silly. I don't know, it doesn't really, I don't know what it doesn't feel like Witcher to me. It just feels like generic fantasy, and we're hearing this cheap green screen thing. He's talking to the voice again. He's like, I need the most evil of all the magic to destroy everything and get all the monoliths. I need the chaos magic. Dun dun dun, cliffhanger. And then we're like, Michelle Yeoh's like, I'm not gonna come try to on a suicide mission to kill the queen or empress or whatever. I don't know why you would even bother. You and one army, quite literally. Although, how's everybody dead? I don't understand. Everybody's dead? Like, everybody? Maybe we're trying to rally some more troops and not just some, like, old lady, And then she probably, like, kicks their ass and treats them like it's a martial arts movie, Karate Kid all of a sudden. and they decide to team up, and now they're gonna kill the lady that they wanted to help them because she said some mean things about their clans or whatever to rile them up, and then she disarms them somehow, and then she immediately hands the axe back to him, and it's like, dude, how do you know? And then she immediately turns her back on him. She hands him back the axe, and then just trusts. Bitch, he could just shunk, and you're done. Like, what is happening? It's really, really stupid. Probably the dumbest scene in the whole show, and yeah, I feel worse about myself after watching it. Look, she hands him the axe, and he grabs it, and he's like, why aren't you trying to kill her anymore? Like, it just happened. You were just trying to kill her like 2 seconds ago. What has changed since then? What has changed? Literally nothing. And yeah, and then she immediately turns her back on him, and she's supposed to be this genius, I guess. But yeah, she's just so agile and amazing. And then they literally say, we have to find somebody else who wants to kill that bitch. And again, with the beginning and the fuckity fuck and all that, it's just like modern day language in the fantasy world is really lame and it's stupid, and you guys already know that. And it's modern day Hollywood in a nutshell. So off to episode 2, guys. I'm gonna suffer a little bit more for you, and then hopefully hopefully the next video bombs, so I don't have to watch the 3rd episode. But I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to sacrifice for you guys, but I'll be right back after episode 2. Okay, so I just finished episode 2. Is it worse? Is it better? I can't tell. I don't know. I think I'm getting numb to it at this point. I think it's worse. But anyways, it's just everything piling up, so much stupidity. I don't even know that I'm going to remember all of the stupid things that happened. But let's just jump straight into episode 2. So we start off meeting this dwarf lady. I don't remember what her name is, but she's crazy, talks to her axe, like her weapon. She talks to it, and she's in love with it, and she kisses it. It's like in The Walking Dead, Negan is over the top. You know, he calls his bat Lucille. It's silly, but like this is a step beyond that, even extra extra silly, and it's so over the top because every female in the show is so amazing. And she shows up to some place that she knows she's not going to be welcome, and then has a ridiculous conversation that makes no sense, like why she would have even knocked on the door to begin with. And then she's singing a song, and then she's killing all the people inside the building. We don't get to see any of it. But that you can't buy into it yet because we haven't seen her fight. You can have scenes like this if we've seen her fight already, and then we can imagine what she's doing in there. But now it's just like, I'm just picturing a little tiny lady like flipping through the air like Yoda, like episode 3, you know, the Star Wars prequels. That's what I'm picturing going on, because I there's no way in hell that she could take out all these people, throw this one out the window, and she's crazy. And this is what I don't get. Like, are we supposed to like her or hate, or is she villain, or does it even matter anymore? It feels like everybody they want us to like is just evil, right? I mean, isn't everybody just like terrible in the show? So, yeah, I don't know who she's looking for, an elf. I don't know. And now we're in a bathhouse, extended bathhouse scene, exposition dump for a bunch of exposition stuff I don't care about. And, I mean, these type of scenes, they make sense when you got somebody like Henry Cavill, but, you know, I don't know. It's a really long scene. And then, you know, at the end of it, he's like, we heard that these 2 people are alive. And then this guy over here says, we need to get them because they have a powerful backstory, man, and the story could change the world. And like, I get where they're coming from, but I really do think that there's no way this show can be written so badly without this line in it, meaning that they're thinking of themselves as changing the world. They're like, you control the story, you change the world, or something like that. That's the line that he says directly in this. I think these people actually believe that. I think that they believe that by showing 2 men kiss in the show, something that everybody's seen a million times on like a bunch of TV shows and movies and nobody cares, and yet now they're trying to make a big deal out of it, and yet they have the hubris, to borrow a term from Star Trek Picard, the sheer fucking hubris to think that that you're changing the world. Like, I mean, this is a show that at best, the best case scenario is somebody turns their brain off, doesn't even really pay attention, scrolls through their phone, and just has this on in the background. It's like, yeah, it was okay, forgets about it. That's the best case scenario for people viewing this show, for the record, okay? So you're not changing the world, okay? You pretty much diminished any ability you had to do that by getting me not to care about this show anymore. Like, I watched the last season, it was okay, it could have still been good. It could have gotten better, but now it's just that there's no hope in my mind for it. And now they're off to rob a bank because, they're the good guys, right? They're robbing banks. Isn't that great? Yes, I love robbing banks. Oh, and I forgot to mention last time, he was the protector for the Empress, the now Empress. And then he's like, yes, there's a tunnel that I know about that is unguarded. Why wouldn't they guard if they know you know about it? They know you're out and about free. They would guard that shit. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, she knows about it, right? Somebody else has to know about the tunnel. They're not just gonna like the new protector knows, right? Or no? I don't know. Is that how the tunnels work? You could just hide the tunnels. Nobody notices. I don't know. Anyways, now we are here at the bank, and I didn't know it was a bank at first. Like, what are we even looking at here? I guess this is the bank. I don't know, dude. I thought we were just at some random village for a second. Now we're at the bank. I mean, this set's like kind of cool, I guess. But I was like, this dude looks like the guy from Harry Potter. And then he's like, oh, there's no money. And then here's your wanted posters, and they drew a penis on it, guys. See, it's so funny and clever. So funny and clever. They say fuck in every scene multiple times, and they draw penises. Aren't they so edgy and hilarious? Wow. Sidebar, there actually were like graffiti penises found in Pompeii and stuff like that. So there is historical precedent for drawing penises, but I'm sure that they weren't thinking about that when they made the show. And then here's one of the stupidest scenes is all the guards, they happen to know exactly where they are at all times. This is another thing with this episode in particular. It's like everybody knows where everybody is. It's coincidences galore. Everybody at all times just is in the exact right place at the exact right moment, always. So that's every scene in this episode from here on out. In this scene, the guards happen to be right there, and they're running in, but it's a bank that only has one exit, and the tunnel, the guy left through the tunnel, and they don't even try to open the tunnel again, which is like, why? But no, they don't try to barricade the door or anything. Instead, they grab the safety deposit boxes to use as shields, which is like, okay, better than nothing, I guess. But you could have like tried to barricade the door with the table, or you know what? Never mind. And the other thing is like, they're killing these guards easily because they're so incredible and amazing always. But the guards, if they kept dying like that, they could just shut the door and just wait. They have nowhere to go. They don't need to fight. Like, they're going to have to give up, or they're going to die of starvation or something. Or they're going to escape through the tunnel, which, presumably they know where that goes. So they can wait there. Dude, it's so stupid. But anyways, they need a cheap action scene in the episode. So that's what we get, and it's really, really dumb. And then we get the princess lady, a guy just happens to be in the exact right place to try to assassinate her, and then a guy just happens to be in the right place to save her with magic, which, I thought magic was like rare or not really a thing, because the conjunction didn't happen, and that's what brings magic into the world. But now everybody has magic, so I don't get it. It's really dumb. And then, there's more stupid stuff with him later that we'll get to. But he's the new royal protector. And then this guy, they want you to think he's here for the bounty, and he just so happened to find Michelle Yeoh's character. Or no, he finds the bank, and then he's on their trail, I guess. And then happens to find her in the woods, even though the woods is a big place. But, I guess he searched every branch But we'll get back to that in a second, because first we have this scene here where the Empress has a master plan, because, of course, she's the put upon woman, the victim in this situation, even though she murdered her brother. I don't know if the show wants us to like her or not. Like, is she supposed to be evil? Because she is. Are we supposed to like her because she's the underdog in the situation? I don't understand. Or are they going for the ambiguity thing? But at least give me some likable characteristics or something. I don't understand. Anyways, this guy, he is supposed to be her spy, even though he's her protector. And a protector would be next to the person that they're protecting at all times. So how can you spy? You would have to spy together as a tag team. Or he's not your protector. I don't understand. Would it be weird if your protector is just out running around? Like, who's protecting you then? Don't you want a protector? I mean, apparently she can kill anybody at any time, like, magically for no reason, because she's the most amazing ever, dude. So that's pretty much, that scene right there. And she wants him to do the same thing that the guy in the cell with the math is doing with the monoliths, whatever. Really stupid. And then he's like, yes, I'm definitely gonna die. And then there's a vaginal shaped thing on the floor, and I just pointed out to say he's a pussy. See what I did there? I'm so clever, guys. I'm so clever I could write for this show, dude. You already know. And then she's like, I need to find out what's going on out there, so I'm gonna put a cloak on, and no way anybody's gonna recognize me. Well, I guess I could see that happening, medieval times. People don't know what they look like. But she finds out that, the Lord Commander's got a boyfriend. Who cares? Nobody cares. Do we know this guy? I don't remember. Do I care? Not at all. Do I care about this guy who's I was supposed to not like? So I don't know. Am I supposed to care about this situation? And then this lady comes in and she's doing sign language. And this is where it's a fantasy world, right? It's supposed to have this historical precedent to it. And I know, deaf people and all that sign language, great. But I don't think they had it in the Middle Ages. I just don't. And, it's American sign language too. Can we stop pretending? I mean, this is supposed to be thousands of years ago, so it should feel even older than The Witcher show, which The Witcher show I thought was supposed to be trying to be accurate to the Middle Ages. But again, they're trying to change the world. We're controlling the story, man. We're changing everything. Okay, and then this guy shows up, and then he's like, I'm here to collect the bounty, but you guys just convinced me I'm going to join your journey. Because he just so happened to find Michelle Yeoh, who's sick or something, and she goes from being sick to being instantly better, like, by the end of the episode, which I don't think is that long. And I don't know why they care. She was trying to kill him, like, last episode, but they're on the same side, I guess, but they're still acting weird, like, they have this family connection, and, like, there's all this touching going. What is going on? Why are you guys like, we're the bestest of friends and have the most deep connection ever of all time? Because we've walked together for a while. I don't know. And then some weird, they're trying to be trippy and whatnot, and it's really, really obnoxious. Terrible effects. Laughable concept. I mean, he's banging the princess, and then she dies, and then he sinks, and okay. Something about his brother gets killed. Who cares? And I don't know, something about her mom made her burn these people. Why? Who cares? I don't care. And then it turns out it was all a setup. And, and the magical woman throws the guy back. Because, again, they're so amazing. But, again, I thought magic was rare, right? But here we are, it was all a test to make sure that your hearts were pure or whatever, but there's some pretty dark shit in there. I don't know. I guess they passed the test. I don't know. And then we got the crazy dwarf lady talking to a dead body, and then also her axe, and kissing the axe with all the blood on it. It's pretty gross. And then she basically tags the place. And I mean, it's just the goofiest shit you've ever seen in your life. It's a comedy, dude. It's a comedy. And then he brings these kids to get the chaos magic, and he sacrifices them, and then there's like, you didn't sacrifice enough. But somehow the death, like, why didn't you brought the deaf lady here? You didn't sacrifice her. You might as well. You might as well. I mean, you got to go big or go home, dude. I thought that's what that meant. You're supposed to sacrifice the deaf lady, dude. Okay, and then, yeah, she shows up, and she's got a deal for him, and, they basically, they turn what should be her, like, basically threatening them into, like, her trying to talk them into it, and I don't know. It's very silly, that they're going to turn against Balor, I guess is the mage guy's name. I don't care about any of this. We got a ridiculous looking treehouse. Yeah, okay, all those twigs can definitely hold all these. Yeah, 100%. Totally buy it. And then we got random characters here. And this is a weird thing for Walking Dead fans, as I talk about Walking Dead on the channel so much. This lady's and another guy. We got a lady and a guy. And then she says, we're twins of a sort. We were born under the same star in the same village. Literally the same storyline from Fear of the Walking Dead. Season 7. Was it 7 they revealed that? Yeah, I think so. Season 7. And it was, same situation. Same exact thing. I don't think it's a coincidence. And then they're plotting, whatever. I don't care. I'm having trouble paying attention throughout this episode, I must admit. They're talking about going to take over the monoliths, and they want to use the monoliths to bring all these creatures in. And then she's really dumb. Yeah, all the characters are really stupid, by the way. They just take the most risky action. They're not careful. And she touches it, and then this magic fish thing comes out, and that's it. And that's the end of the episode. And I'm so glad that I'm done with this video now. Thank you guys for watching, though. And if you want to see some more, definitely comment below and tell me I need to watch more. So I'll watch episode 3 and 4. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. And put your opinions down in the comment section below. And please like and subscribe and all that. And with that, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.